Hello everyone and welcome to Chatterbox, your monthly community news show where we put the spotlight on all things fashion, film, photography and a few surprises. Well, this month's theme is making a difference through media, and we've put together hundreds of ideas and selected our top 6. We meet 2 award-winning filmmakers, we search for the smile for peace guy, and Vin teaches us how to thrift, vintage style, whatever that means. Oh, and there's the Film Life Film Fest, the do-it-yourself rainbow phenomenon, and drumroll, Daft Punk record launch. But first up, our hostess with the mostest, Aisha Kamara, meets with an incredible filmmaker to talk about her award-winning film, The Money Tree.
Here we have Hawanatu Bangura, a filmmaker and a social worker. Hawa, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today on Chatterbox.
Thank you for having me.
What inspired you to start making films?
I think by accident that I, got into filmmaking because I had someone came up with a script and they were very young at the time, and they went to the youth center, approached someone there to say that they wanted to make a film. I helped them write it better, the script better, and then also make the film, direct it and edit it. And I really loved that experience. And I found that, afterwards I was reflecting back on it and I was like, well, I've always had ideas. I think for me, I'll consider myself as a storyteller.
How do you juggle filmmaking and social work?
Well, for me at the moment, because before I used to study, and I finished my degree last year. I did social work and social science. So it was a bit difficult for me, as in the fact that, I've got my assignments and other things going on. But for me, I like to balance it with something else, like things that I'm interested in. I think that's what kept me going anyway, because my degree was for 6 years.
About the challenges you've been through while creating these films?
I think for me, I just have this faith that things are gonna happen. Big things are gonna happen for me. Like, I really trust in that, and I believe in God. That God has paved the way for me, and I just need to walk through that path. And so for me, it's just like I will have to make the effort there. It's not going to happen by me just sitting down there and not doing anything. Like, I just have to make the steps. So that's why I keep submitting it no matter what. Even if I have any kind of disappointment, maybe just for the day, I might feel like, okay, I'm a bit disappointed. Hey, I'm not going to sit there and not do anything. I've got to take action. I try to be active. So I just take action. I'm like, okay, I'm going to submit it. If, the big festivals, they're not really selecting it. What about, I try the local ones. So this, like, have a little strategy of the way you want to, the way things can happen for you. And you just never know, like with the Shortcut Film Festival, it's a local one, but now look what's happening. I think because through that, I was able to, be featured on the local newspaper, and other things are happening as well. So that's how you got to look at it. No matter how small the festival is, just go for them. Go for anything that you think, there'll be an opportunity there. I'll just give it a try and see how it goes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us once again, Hawanatu Bangura.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been lovely.
Come on, give me a hug. Back to you, Andy Minchu, in the studio.
Today, your favourite invisible reporter, Jerome Pierce, meets a very visible agent of harmony. What's the mission? To spread a facially carried virus of goodwill. And how does he do it? Smile. Just Pixel hits the streets with the Smile for Peace guy. Take a look.
Actually, I got started when it's towards the end of 2004. I go to city a lot. I see people there, the bankers, they don't smile, and few of them, they don't, because they've had heartbreak because we are, creature of habit, very hard breakthrough. One occasion, I was down in Pitt Street Mall, and there were five or six Asian kids. When I turn on this, you smile. When I turn, like, and line them up, and I keep on doing it. Less than 2 minutes now, big crowd get together, and they start laughing. Understand? I say, yeah, that's right. Learn from children. And it's so important. Look, if we can't have peace, has the children got a future? Has Australia got a future? It's so important. That's why I encourage people, be proud where you come from. Stand up and build a better Australia. You do it for your children, for your grandchildren, for your grandchildren. When you see people smile, it's so wonderful. It gives you the inspiration, the energy to take and it's really, you feel it. In life, you must able to laugh, able to cry, able to eat, and you're all right. It is. Because if you can't eat, then you're in trouble. Because we are human. We are not perfect. I don't want to wear the crown or the gown. I don't want. Whatever. When I help people, if you are happy, I say thank you. If you are not happy, I say sorry. But no one obliged to me. That's why when I help anybody, I never accept a single cent. I never even accept a coffee from you. Because look, I brought up that way. Brought up by my grandma, to do the right thing. Smile for peace. Peace be with you.
You're back with Chatterbox, and we are talking about how community and media can make a difference, which might not make you think of fashion straight away, but let me tell you how. Now, how can fashion help the community? Well, the secret is op shopping. See, there's an art to buying secondhand clothing which can generate much needed income for charities, all while making you and your wallet look awesome. Our resident man of style, Vin Ewan, shows us how you can do it too.
Hi there, don't mind me. I'm just admiring my secondhand brogues I bought at Vinnie's. Have you visited your local op shop lately? No? Well, here's a glimpse. It appears vintage has become a huge fashion trend. In fact, I was walking down the city and I noticed a bright check shirt accompanied with the classic Ray-Ban Wayfarers. It's a walk down the 1960s. It's become a common occurrence lately. In fact, I would call this trend amplified preppy. The traditional has become the trendy. What a twist. Op shops are absolute gold mines if you want to get on trend and start exploring beautiful tweed, houndstooth, Glen check, double-breasted jackets, and crazy vintage designs of the past. The fashion media is by and large responsible for the resurgence of vintage craze. GQ magazine, Esquire, all endorse the classic vintage fabrics and support the colours like browns, tans, greens, and grey. If you look at the fall-winter collection of Louis Vuitton and Calvin Klein from 2012 to 2013, you'll notice a huge advocation of brown tweed, pants with no break, and polished Oxfords. This current vintage trend is advertising for the consumer to actually go to these charity shops, therefore contributing more to the community. There's a rich history in each garment, a story to tell, which is why buying at thrift stores is all the more important. I know when my family migrated to Australia, all our clothes were used from op shops. Providing opportunity for the less fortunate is a byproduct of your purchases. In that sense, the fashion trend gets a thumbs up from me. If your tie collection is lacking in flavour, don't worry, you've got so many options out there. You've got knitted ties, polka dots, stripes, wool ties, plaids, and much more. Solids are okay, but it's very common. Remember, your tie is a small detail that brings out your personality, so have some fun with it. Style blogs like the Sartorialist and Sydney fashion blogger are often inspiration for people to shop vintage and seek value in their purchases. Hell, I even have my own Vinter Season blog for the public to see, so check it out and get inspired. Recycling and donating clothes is a wonderful communal act that helps two groups. First, the charities themselves, like the Salvos, Vinnies, and the Smith family. And secondly, you, the customer. You're making conscious fashion choices while saving so much money. It benefits both parties. And the best thing is, you can donate clothes that aren't on trend. It's a win-win situation. You help the community whilst satisfying your fashion urges by thrifting. So good luck and grab a bargain.
Well, let's now have a look at how a different kind of cause is dominating the World Wide Web. Have you ever seen the chalk rainbows that are popping up all over the world? Well, a guy called James started it all with over 20,000 likes. Just what is going on?
Thank you very much, Andy. Here we've got James Breckney, the mastermind behind DIY Rainbow.
Hello, lovely to be here. I love Chatterbox TV.
So James, tell me, why did you start the DIY Rainbow media campaign?
DIY Rainbow really started like 7 weeks ago. The state government in New South Wales took away the rainbow crossing in Taylor Square. It was supposed to be temporary, but a lot of people wanted it to stay, and it was really sad when they took it away. It was very political, and as a bit of a joke on Facebook, I chalked up my own crossing in my street, and then all of a sudden people started doing them all over Surrey Hills, all over Sydney, and then all over Australia and even in some parts of the world.
This campaign could be a poster child for going viral. What does going viral mean to you?
I think going viral is so subjective, which is so great. I think if you're somebody on Facebook and you're getting 3 or 4 likes, and then one day you come up with something really funny and you get 30 likes, I think that's a little bit viral, or a cold, you know?
Do you have any tips or advice for anyone that wants to make a successful social media campaign?
I think, you know, lightning strikes, you can never really pick it. You always want to be true to yourself and do what you think's right instead of fishing out likes and fishing out popularity. You really want to make sure that you believe in what you're doing. I think you've really got to be adaptable. We didn't even really come up with the DIY Rainbow hashtag until maybe 4 or 5 days into the actual campaign itself, because that's what people just tended to gravitate towards. I still invented it, but had I not invented it and something else was the most popular, we would have gone with it, you know? Also, you need a team. I think about 1 week into it, I was dead, and I reached out to a whole bunch of people at digital agencies, and 3 or 4 friends jumped in and helped me manage the page. And don't be afraid of sharing the workload.
If you could go back and do it any differently, would you?
I don't think I would do much different. Any sort of internet sensation is going to die out. But in terms of when it went viral, I was so ready for this. I'm 29, I think it's my Saturn return happening. I've been practicing on Facebook and Twitter for so long. Once this happened and the media were knocking on my door, I grabbed it with both hands. I was having very late nights. I was taking days off work, and I just threw my all into it to really keep it going, to sort of feed the fire, if you will.
You were hungry.
I was hungry. And for good reason. Like, not only I'm interested in a media career, but not only that, I mean, it was such a great cause. I was really protective of the movement. I've got to make sure that it keeps going, and that we do the best thing for it, because it was just so beautiful.
Okay, we're all about making a difference, and with the power of social media, we thought we'd bring you a piece on the ins and outs of how to go viral. Now, the winning entry in the Film Life Film Festival has already reached 30,000 views. Now, Aisha's meeting the organisers and the winning filmmaker, so they can tell us more.
Thank you very much, Andy. Here we we have Lizzie, one of the directors of the Film Life Film Festival. Tell me, Lizzie, what is Film Life all about?
So Film Life is a project that aims to raise awareness about organ and tissue donation amongst young Australians in our community.
Do you have any tips for a successful social media campaign?
It can be really draining finding content, so it's really important to put aside time, find your content that you want to share, and then put that into some kind of editorial calendar. It's about connecting with others. So it's taking the time to search around, look at other people's pages, other people's Twitter feeds, and connecting up with them on that space and sharing their information as well. That's why social media is so fabulous. The stuff's already out there. It's about finding it, connecting, and sharing.
Why is it so important to change one person's mind about this issue?
It's massively important. One person can change the lives through solid organ donation of up to 10 people and affect hundreds more with tissue donation. So, for example, one bone donor, that bone that gets donated can go to in excess of 100 people. And so that's why it's so important that we have these chats, because if a family don't know what their loved one wanted, it's unlikely that it's going to be upheld.
Tell me about the winning film.
All of our entries in Film Life were pretty incredible, but the winning film was something that we hadn't seen before. It was a parody of Gautier's film clip, Somebody That I Used to Know.
Why don't you just cut me out? Take out my organs to donate and then just redistribute. And I don't really need them now. If I donate to a stranger, they won't feel so rough.
Gautier himself has seen my film and given it his blessing, which is just unbelievable. I guess I wouldn't be able to do it without my dad, because I'm a kidney transplant recipient and he donated his kidney to me, and my mum here with all of her support, nursing me back to health, has been amazing as well. And it's just so unbelievable to be a part of this. It's been a really, really fantastic experience.
I had one woman write to me saying, I'm the wife of a heart transplant recipient, and I watched this film and I cried for an hour after. It really, for her, just spoke to her so clearly and loudly. So I think to hear that feedback and to see what films like this can achieve in our community in terms of starting conversations is pretty amazing.